So the last exotic on our list to cover in terms of exotic armor pieces are the Titan Exotic Gauntlets, the Stronghold. Now, reading the intrinsic perk here yesterday, Clenched Fists, I was getting pretty excited here. It states that guarding with swords increases move speed and does not drain ammo. Shots blocked immediately after guarding will heal you. Now, upon reading that, obviously this is going to be super situational. But even the most situational of exotics can be very potent, especially if you can find the right weapon to synergize it with, which of course the first weapon we thought of to pair here was Black Talon. Now, Black Talon is an exotic sword, hands down the best looking sword in the game. I'm sorry, I don't know what your favorite sword is. I love me some Crown Splitter, but Black Talon is just sexy. The beautiful thing about Black Talon is, yeah, it's a sword, but you also have some range with it, as the R2 attack, or the heavy attack, allows us to throw this wave of void at enemies. It was supposed to work perfectly here with Stronghold, but it didn't. No, ladies and gentlemen, today's review is going to be one of tears. I wish I could come to you and tell you how much I love Stronghold. I wish I could say that this exotic, despite being very situational, is still very disgustingly good, but that's not the case. And there's a multitude of reasons why. Number one, in order to gain the benefit of healing yourself, you have to block the shots immediately after guarding. So this situational exotic is also requiring perfect timing. Another thing there is that the increased movement speed does increase movement speed slightly, but man, it's hardly noticeable, guys. The reality is when you're holding a sword, whether you're guarding or whether you're not, you're just slow to begin with. At least here on console, there's only so much you can do to get to that guy. If that guy wants to run away from you, he'll do it. And there's nothing you can do about it, which is why Black Talon here was going to be perfect. It was going to allow us to take advantage of its range attacks and its combos, yet simultaneously guard in situations where we get overwhelmed. These two exotics were supposed to be married up to each other. It was going to be perfect, boys, but unfortunately, Bungie has thought of everything. You see, when you guard with Black Talon, whether it's with Stronghold or without, about every 4 or 5 seconds, you lose one sword charge. This is not the case with any of our other swords. If you hold World Line, you can guard till the sun comes up, but Black Talon, you cannot, which immediately throws this one on the back burner for me, boys. Now, burning one power charge, every 4 or 5 seconds, how bad is that exactly? Well, inside of Crucible, you only get 7 sword charges, so it's not like you have a lot here to take advantage of. And unless you're really, really good at comboing your Black Talon attacks, you're gonna run out of ammo very fast, but just say that you can. Say that you're a professional Black Talon user. You get the combos off, then you go to guard. Even if you have one charge left, the moment you start guarding with Black Talon, it takes it away. So instead of my Titan being in position here where I'm guarding, I'm backing away from gunfire, I'm tanking it, you see the possible playmaking potential here, but that's not the case, which is super unfortunate. There is nothing about this exotic to me, guys, that seems overwhelmingly powerful, considering how situational it actually is. In PvE, I don't see people really using this, unless there's just going to be some sort of phase where you have to have somebody just tanking for you while everyone's doing damage, but there's so many other resources that you can use to do that even better with. A Well of Radiance, a Rally Barricade. I guess the only benefit is if you like to use swords inside of PvE, getting a block in every now and then will allow you to get your health back. But unfortunately, after using swords for a bit, you start to realize a few things. Number one, swords aren't that good. Let me be real. They're really not that good. Whenever I can take Striker's Sure Hand and outdamage every sword in the game with no ammo, that should give you an idea of the state of swords inside of Destiny. It would be a completely different story right now if we had Rage Lighter and our other exotic swords back in Destiny 1, but inside of Destiny 2, Black Talon was pretty much the only weapon I saw here that could synergize well. And unfortunately, with the continuous drain that occurs while guarding with Black Talon, it's not even worth it. So guys, that is Stronghold. I hate to really down these exotics. Really, this exotic is great for you if you're just like a sword enthusiast. If you just go everywhere with the sword, you love using swords, and you refuse to take it off, then obviously this is a great exotic for you. But the practicality behind it is just not there. And given the ammo economy inside of Crucible, and considering how situational this exotic actually is, I just don't see myself ever using it in PvP. Now, before I let you guys go, shout out to my Patreon supporters. Much love to you guys. I know I haven't done a shout out in a few days. I'm sorry, fellas. We've been just so busy. But much love to you. We did add on a few more supporters here recently. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you so much for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.